I believe God has a purpose for you and me. That's why we exist in this world which He created. And therefore there is a purpose, there is a gifting in every person, there is a talent. Anybody and everybody has got something in their hands. You may not be like another person because you are unique, but surely you have something. It may not be much compared to another, but you do have something in your hands which God has given you. And I believe God's purpose is that through what He has handed to you, you will use it to dominate the earth and to bring people, to draw people into His kingdom. That is to please God, because God's aim at the end of the day is for people to come to Him. Those who haven't known Him to come to Him and to know Him and to worship Him. So I believe whatever God has given you, it is for a purpose, and the purpose is to draw people. When you draw a crowd, whether on internet or even physically, whichever way you draw people, God expects you to draw them to Him, not to yourself, because you didn't create yourself. God created you with a purpose. And so with every influence you have on this earth, God requires, rather expects, that you will use your influence to influence people into good, to influence people into what is right, to influence people into what is godly, to influence people into what God's will is, and not to drive them away from God's will. Because when you drive them out of God's will, you will be accountable for those lives that God has entrusted you, because it is God who gives you that favor, and He allows people's hearts to follow you. So He has entrusted you people's hearts. So you need to be a faithful servant and entrust these hearts back to Him, because this life is about Him. We are created to worship Him. We are created to please Him, and we don't have much time on this earth. Your time on this earth is quite, compared to eternity, it is like a dot in an ocean. So use this life that you have here on earth very well, because it will reflect how you will live after you leave earth. So draw people to God, because that's everything that counts in life. What counts in life is fulfilling your purpose. And what is your purpose? Doing what your Maker created you to do. Yes, to worship Him. And worshiping God, we will look at some other time in future. It entails your everyday life, the way you live, the decisions you make, like the way I treat my family, my immediate family. If I'm kind to people outside and I'm not kind to my son or my husband, then I'm not worshiping the Lord. Yes, true worship, you have to start from where you are. I have to be kind to my children, to those around me first, at workplace, in a matatu. I have to be kind to the conductor, even if sometimes I may think he's unfair. I don't have to hurl insults at him. There is a way I can express my needs or my anger or disappointment. Yes. So the way we react to things in life, the way we treat people in life, especially those close to us, is our act of worship back to God. Yes, so life is about impacting others and drawing them back to their Maker. So I hope today, with the influence you have, you will use it to draw people back to their Maker. That's what verse 8 is saying, the promise of God. Ask of me, and I will give you the nations as your inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth as your possession. And a number of us have been entrusted such people. They are people who follow us, whether on internet or physically or in real life, day to day. So those people you have entrusted, give them back to God. The way God has given them to you, hand them back to Him, better with what He has equipped you with the gift He has equipped you with. As you serve these people, as you minister to them, hand them back to their Maker, because they do not belong to you. They belong to the Maker. You yourself belong to the Maker. So use your giftings and the influence you have to draw people back to God. Yes, so Psalms chapter 2 basically talks of the way God will get back at His enemies through His Son Christ Jesus, and He talks of